welcome back.
Meepo could afford a pony.
Yes, but I'm not going to give you 1,000,000 animal companions on your very first encounter. Welcome back, viewers. I know that was a bit of a long break, but I think we deserved it. I think it went very well, and I think that the artwork in between. Once again, thank you, Gail. I love that you are doing this for us, and I would love very much for you, the viewers, to also send us your artwork. I gave my email and my Twitter both during that break. I would love to be able to put up fan art. Just make sure that you put somewhere on the artwork your name and any social media that you want me to use, because I'm not going to look it up. Okay, Lionar, have a great one. Take care, my friend. I'm glad that you were here. As a side note, Lionar, I will be playing the VOD of this stream as a replay tomorrow morning, probably at 9 or 10 a.m. Pacific. So if you want to catch it then, you can. Otherwise, great to see you. Glad that you're here. And thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and back into game. And so where we're starting is kind of an odd area in the forest. You're making your way towards the town of Blasingdale, which is well known. You know where it's at. Chris Thunder, thank you very much for resubscribing. I appreciate you so very much. And unfortunately, my cup is actually running over now. So this part of the trail is a little bit weird. It's not just one road, because there's a whole lot of little rises and a whole bunch of very large rocks, and the path kind of splits up into a whole bunch of different subpaths that are a little bit irritating to navigate, but they all go generally the same direction. However, as you are making your way through this, you make a, I suppose, poor choice. And I would like everyone to make a perception check to hear the very loud buzzing that is about to begin.
Soups has advantage on that.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
You are aiming for a 12 or better.
Yeah, I must have been singing too loud.
I was also singing.
There's an irritating amount of buzzing that is contrary to your rhythm.
It looks to Laura, I don't actually see a result for you yet.
I got a 9, but I can roll it again.
Yeah, I don't see it. Roll it into the thing. There we go. Okay. So
about the same.
Yeah, those of you that passed it, you hear.
What was the DC?
It was 12.
Okay.
So yeah, Swoops is good and Charlotte is good. You hear a loud buzzing sound, and those of you who passed, wait, that sounds an awful lot like a nest of giant, and let's roll initiative.
Yay.
Bees!
Cool. I get advantage on that.
Yes, you do. Bees!
Respectfully, I will take the 17.
Excellent.
I love all of our dice colors.
Has everyone rolled? Those of you who did not get a 12 on your perception, you have the surprised condition and you are not acting this round, but you are still able to defend yourself.
Hey, they're within. If they're within 30 feet of me, they are not surprised.
Oh, that's right. There's no such thing as surprise. And in fact, I'm very curious, Jeff. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what does the alarm sound like? Because you're right. Nobody in the party can be surprised because of your sickle of warning. It emits a telepathic signal to everybody, making it so that they're not surprised. What does it sound like?
It is Bella. It is the horrific. It is the horrific screeching death rattle of what is it? The twiglings, the twig blights.
I'm so glad I'm not playing the character that's afraid of that.
So all four of you get this horrible screeching sound in your head, just enough time to make sure that nobody is surprised, which means we are going to go ahead and start this combat with Charlotte. There are 8. You can count them even though you wouldn't be able to see them because they're above.
I can hear them.
You can hear no fewer than 8 separate giant wasps. You know generally where they are. What are you going to do?
All right, I'm going to telepathically tell Swoops to take off, get airborne, get me a better view, and meanwhile, I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself, and because I'm an Abjuration wizard, I also get my ward up.
Nice. Yes, Abjuration. So remind me a little bit about the Abjuration Wizard's Ward.
So, whenever I cast a spell of first level or higher of the Abjuration School, I get to make a ward around myself. The ward's HP is equal to 6 right now at my current level, and it gives me basically temporary HP. And when it drops to 0, I can refill it by casting another spell of first level or higher, and then it refills 2 times the spell's level of HP worth again.
And vitally, it's like temporary HP, but it's not temporary HP, which means you can get temporary HP on top of it. Yes, it's basically a barrier that they have to break to get through to you, right?
Yes.
Excellent. So you cast Mage Armor.
Yes, Mage Armor.
Oh,
and I'm a stay put.
Excellent. Now, I should have locked it so that when you go to move, you can actually see where you're going to move instead of just moving. So if you're all set, then this giant wasp, 1, is going to go after the closest person to it that's alive, and that would be Clarion. Giant wasp.
Just like old times.
Just like
I know,
old
right?
times. It's going to try to sting you with its gigantic fuck-all stinger, but it misses. So... this is a wasp that's about the size of maybe a dachshund. No, that's too small. Dachshunds are too small. I'm thinking like
a terrier.
more like a medium-sized dog rather than a very small
like
one.
So like a
solid
corgi.
60-pound dog.
Yeah, it's a nice, more than a corgi. This is definitely more like Labrador size. Yeah,
We're like on the small side of shepherds. So.
Calder.
I would go get my dog, who's a 60-pound dog. That would...
Really quick, just to clarify, the only wasp that's actually currently in line of sight is the one that has come down off of the plateau. The ones that are still up there are out of line of sight unless you find a way to get up there.
Okay.
Calder, it's your turn.
I'm thinking, like a part of me just wants to like just blanket us in an aura of darkness because like just to give him this advantage, but that would also suck for us.
Not for me.
Except for Charlotte.
Yeah, it's magical darkness, right?
Lycanthrope's
Yeah,
killing me.
A creature with dark vision can't see through this darkness.
Nope, not even you.
I don't have any vision.
Well, I can spend spell points to be able to see through my own darkness.
Yes.
Yes. That's cool.
So I'm not gonna do that because I can't see anything. But I do have other options.
Jess, I'm noting the silver pieces that you have spent on our team. Thank you for that.
Aww.
Nice.
Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fully aware that I'm going to strategically move myself behind my mule.
Yes.
And then I'm going to glare angrily at the giant wasp that I can see from that's next to Clarion, and apply Frostbite, as that has been my standby.
It's been your bread and butter.
It's been my bread and butter. It is an ever effective spell, and bugs hate the cold.
That's certainly true.
Make them go into torpor.
It does, however, manage to succeed, which means this particular one is not going to go torpid.
Cool. That will be my turn, and there is a mule between me and the next wasp.
Yes, that is true. There is. Speaking of the next wasp is going to go after Meepo. Not Meepo.
He's nice and shiny.
Oh, the fool! We have upgraded our Meepo
Yes.
since then.
Yes. So that is the deal. Yes, they are very good at butt fencing, but unfortunately for them, Meepo has learned a lot about fencing as well, and he's able to raise his shield and deflect the stinger out of the way. Up next is
Meepo must have been like I was like camera cuts to a flashback of Meepo. So I put metal in between me and Thing. And they're like, yes. and like it's like a light suddenly goes up, like a firework explodes behind his eyes. He's like, "This changes everything."
Laura, it's your turn.
Okay, so Lore is going to I'm gonna drop Hexblade's Curse on Giant Wasp number 1.
Yep.
Which isn't like a spell, it's just a thing. It's a bonus action to do so.
Yep.
And
glance at your sheet just so that I know what's going on.
So they are cursed for a minute. I get bonus to my damage rolls against them equal to my proficiency bonus, so I get double my proficiency to attack this individual. And if I roll a 19 or a 20, it is considered a critical. And then when it dies, I gain 7 hit points.
Lovely.
And then, so that is my bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to summon my greatsword.
So tell us about this. What does this look like?
So normally Lore is like greenish. So her hair is like dark green to like a lighter green. Her skin is like slightly green tinted. When she summons the blade, her eyes, which are like solid green, like she really doesn't have pupils that are very obvious, because it's all like very similar shades. Her eyes first go like the sclera goes completely dark, and then the irises are very visible, and they are like a rainbow swirl, and then this big fuck all buster sword like appears in her hands. And it's not a buster sword, let's be honest. It's like an elven greatsword. So it is bigger than she is, and one-bladed and very sparkly and kind of like the color of an oil spill.
You have a shard blade.
I have a shard blade. And then I will move up.
That's why Hyacinth married her.
I will move up to more or less in front of Clarion so that I can make an attack if I need to.
That was summoning your weapon. Is that an action?
That is a standard action. That is an action to summon the blade. And then a move action to move there, and my bonus action was to drop the Hexblade's Curse.
Phenomenal. No problem. All good. Up next, Giant Wasp 6. I guess the skeleton's there, but again, a bee isn't really interested in attacking skeletons. It's gonna go ahead and go. It's gonna go after Prettyfoot.
Like there are carrion bees, but these are not those bees.
I don't know why it is, but the NPCs seem to be attacking Prettyfoot in the opening encounter of every single one of these modules. So we're doing
That's their own damn fault.
We'll see if Prettyfoot's able to do what he did last time. Although that was a hit.
When at some point I need to direct you, Jen, to the rules for barding, and literally it's just horse armor.
Yes.
Really quick, I am making a Constitution save.
Oh no!
I am failing the Constitution save.
Oh no!
Prettyfoot?
And Prettyfoot takes an extra bit of poison damage and drops.
And dies.
So I just hear from right next to me this mule's death kill.
Prettyfoot, no!
I know, basically.
Hey, it's Prettyfoot's turn. Prettyfoot's going to make a death save. Prettyfoot will manage its first death save.
F.
Clarion, it's your turn. Your mule has just
Well, now
been...
that has changed what my original plan was. So I guess my first action is going to be to cast a healing spell on my...
Don't forget your free action to direct Jarvis.
It's a bonus action.
That's a bonus action.
So your bonus action to direct Jarvis.
And here's actually really
yes,
quick.
But
really quick.
I was trying to make a decision on to whether I was going to direct Jarvis or whether I was going to cast.
And
cast some.
the thing
inspiration.
something I want to mention, because this is a piece of ruling that a lot of people don't realize, is you only get one bonus action.
Yes.
You can't, for example, trade down your action for a second bonus action. You cannot do that. So you can't both command the skeleton and cast Healing Word, which I don't know how balanced that is, but it is what it is. So what do you do?
I think it's fine. I think it is a logical piece of action economy. It's fine.
Everything is built around that assumption, so it's
Well, yeah. I mean, like my Cure Wounds or Healing Word would be my action, and then
Healing
my
Word's bonus action.
Healing
Oh,
Word,
is it a
Healing Word is a
bonus
bonus action. Yes,
It's the one
that's
at a
why
distance.
Healing Word is so incredibly
It is.
powerful.
Bonus. Oh, it is bonus action.
It's bonus action at a distance. Cure Wounds is an action and at touch range. Those are the difference between them.
Okay, well, then. Okay, cool. Yeah. So my action is most definitely going to be to cast Dissonant Whispers on the asshole wasp that just hurt my.
Dissonant Whispers. Okay. I believe you have to...
Dissonant Whispers.
Make them make a
of
save.
A mad bard.
Your stinger isn't even that sharp. What's wrong with you? Do you have... Oh, no. Dissonant Whispers is not the insulting one.
No, Dissonant Whispers is the one that makes a sound that only they can hear, and it is absolutely horrible.
You're going to turn its insect-sized brains into pudding.
So, cast a save on them.
It fails its
Parabooty
save.
starts with Dissonant Whispers on the butt.
Damage on them.
Oh, damn. Yeah, you do huge amounts of damage.
It is my best spell. That does not hurt other people.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt everyone around you.
All right, so then I am going to cast Healing Word as my bonus action because,
Small minor problem with that is you can't cast 2 spells in one turn unless one's a cantrip.
No.
You could Bardic Inspiration. That's not a spell.
You could Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that my other plan was to do either Bardic Inspiration or the Mantle of Inspiration to give people temporary hit points.
Can you give temporary hit points to a dying creature?
You,
For that specific thing, they have to see her.
The rules are the rules are weird of where temporary HP fall. They're not actual HP. They're meant as a buffer to be between your life total and the damage.
Putting armor on a dead
HP
person
doesn't
is still a
get you
dead
up.
person. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I mean I was gonna Mantle of Inspiration. Problem is we have Meepo and Swoops, so I can only do 4 of y'all.
Hey, I can't see you anyway, so I can't get the benefit.
Let's see.
So, that
Lore,
is true.
Charlotte.
You can't see me, so
Your glamour has no effect here.
yeah, you can't see how fabulous I am. But
Hashtag
that would
invisible.
be, let's just say, we'd have obviously Lore, Meepo, Calder, and
The Skeleboy?
Swoops.
So really quick, just for the benefit of folks watching, I pulled up the Mantle of Inspiration. This is a Glamour Bard thing. When you join the College of Glamour at 3rd level, you gain the ability to weave a song of Fey magic that imbues your allies with vigor and speed. As a bonus action, which you already spent, you haven't? No, you're right. No, you're right. As a bonus action, you're correct. You can expend 1 use of your Bardic Inspiration to grant yourself a wondrous appearance. You look... How?
Fantastic. Well, I look stunningly angry. Like I look like.
And who did you say you were giving this to?
I guess I'm giving this to. I would say
Meepo, obviously.
Meepo.
Okay.
Calder, Lore. Should I do Jarvis or Swoops?
Jarvis. Jarvis can attack. Swoops can't.
Okay, then Jarvis, yes.
And Jarvis. really quick, Charlotte, you have temporary HP already? No, you actually, no, that stacks
That's
on
my
top. We
ward.
just talked about that. Yes. Yes. So you have both the temporary HP and the ward. I trust you to track them separately. I don't know which one comes off first. I think the ward comes off first.
Yeah, ward comes off first, but I'm not getting the temp because I can't see them.
Oh, fair. That's fair. People have to be able to see you.
Yep.
So for the future, unfortunately, Mantle does not work on Charlotte because she needs to be able to see you. Giant Wasp 5. The only thing that's really in its range is the skeleton, so it'll go ahead and make that attack. It'll hit for, I think, a little bit of damage. Ooh, actually, a fair amount of damage. But I'm not even going to bother with the poison because undead are immune to poison. So we will move on
Go Jarvis.
to
Did
Wasp
that count with the
7.
with the extra 5 hit point
Yes.
that he was given?
Yes, that the temporary HP were taken off first. The giant
Awesome.
wasp will fly up and attack Lore.
Bring it on.
It will bring it on. It will absolutely hit you. Go ahead and make me a Constitution save if you would be so kind.
How
Oh,
rude.
damn! Max damage.
Jeez. Aren't you glad you're like
This team has a
I'm
bad
gonna
habit
use
of.
my advantageous roll here, if that's okay.
Of course, it's okay. You are absolutely allowed. You should probably hit the advantage button though.
I did, and I rolled it, and it went off wherever the heck it dice decided to go.
There we go.
There we go. Okay. You got a 17. That is good enough. You were aiming for an 11. You do not take the extra damage. Let's move on. So you get stung right in the center of the chest by
Like my breath
as I think it was Psychonthrope said before, by a sword-sized stinger, which does do max damage. So like this is not a small wound. Giant Wasp 2 will also go after the skeleton, although it probably isn't going to stick to that. It will hit Jarvis. Man, we might lose Jarvis too. Let's find out. Minimum damage, nothing there. And again, no poison.
Does it chip through the bonus hit points?
The bonus hit points are gone now, and Jarvis is officially wounded.
he was
Swoops.
hit twice?
Swoops is going to fly up into the air to get a better view.
Fantastic help in his room.
And then Swoops is from now on going to be relaying to me telepathically with his free communication the exact location of the 3 nearest enemies to me, like what o'clock they're at and distance from me.
Absolutely.
That would probably be Wasp 6, 2, and 1.
So Jarvis is relaying the location of those things to me.
Swoops, yes.
Or not Jarvis, Swoops. Sorry.
Giant Wasp 8. I guess we'll go after Charlotte.
No.
Oh, and Swoops is going to be taking the dodge action.
Dodge! Okay. So it will hit you, even with your
Shield.
mage armor.
Casting shield.
Cast that shield. What's your armor class with shield?
It should be 15 normally, so with shield 20.
It still hits you.
Wait, no, that's a 22. I wouldn't cast it then. All right.
Yeah.
New character, new
All-
spells, learning this.
All good.
All right.
Let's deal some damage. 5 points of damage. Give me that con save.
It didn't actually hit me. That all got absorbed by my ward.
That's true, and I'm not going to cause that because you did not take any damage to yourself. Very nice. It is Jarvis's turn. Jarvis takes the dodge action because he was not given an instruction. And Giant Wasp 3, what is its speed? Its speed is 50 feet? Yeah, plenty. It'll get up here and get up in Lore's business.
Of course.
It misses. Bzzz. Sorry.
This is like the bee that attacked me in my car today.
The mule,
Oh no!
this mule here absolutely is not interested in being a shield.
It would. Hey, what didn't I
Fuck
get
the
some
fuck
kind of
off.
like handle animal check to not lose control of my mule?
You could, but it would take an action. You would have to be like, wait, get back here.
Jerk.
It's like, no, get away from me.
Wait, did we
Cool.
get
I know.
temporary hit
I now
points?
know I now know the next animal I'm having rendered into glue.
Meepo, I think
Come on, Meepo.
I got some ideas. Okay. So what Meepo is going to do is Meepo is going to move over into Laura's space and is going to use the grovel, cower, and beg action. So Meepo gets up just like Meepo always does. He gets underfoot, right? He gets in between. He gets in between people. He gets underneath people, and he starts going, no, please don't attack me, please don't attack me. And even the bees are like, what is this kobold doing here? And everyone will get. And let me reread. I'm going to reread the exact description because I want to make sure I don't mess it up. What happens is. Quote, as an action on your turn, so this does take as action, you can cower pathetically to distract nearby foes. Until the end of your next turn, your allies gain advantage on attack rolls against enemies within 10 feet of you that can see you. That means all of those bees, all of those wasps that are right next to them, they're all within 10 feet of Meepo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all of them, and you have advantage against those until the end of Meepo's next turn. He will. He also puts himself into a position where he can block incoming attacks.
Oh, that's excellent.
So that's Meepo's turn. Up next, we have Charlotte.
All right. I know that there's one right in my face.
So
And
6, 8, and 2 are now the new
Swoops.
closest.
Yeah, Swoops is definitely. Do I care about the mule?
That's a good ass question.
Do I care?
Possibly
Do
you
you?
like the mule better than you like me.
Yeah. All right, I care about the mule. I'll take a step over here, and then I'll cast Sword Burst.
Oh man, Sword Burst. All right, I'm
Yep,
gonna
so
pull it up again as well, just to make sure I know what it does.
I have to make a save. Just everything around me has to make a save, and it takes damage if it doesn't.
Oh, nice, and it fails its save. So you deal a good solid amount of damage to it. So that just happens around you, right? It's like
Just
Thunder Wave?
5 feet around me. Yeah, it's a little like Thunderwave. Mystic swords pop into appearance and just spin around me.
Fantastic. You deal some pretty sweet damage. Is that it? What else you got?
That was an action. It was a cantrip. Don't have any good bonus action right now, so I will stay put.
Okay.
And, well, I'll shout out, I think something happened to the mule.
Up next,
Made a horrible sound.
Giant Wasp 1, the one that attacked Clarion, will go ahead and attack Clarion again.
Really?
And will miss again. Ridiculous. Calder, it's your
I
turn.
learned some moves from Echo.
All right. I have I have an AoE hit, but it would involve putting Jarvis at risk or putting Lore at risk, and also Meepo because Meepo is under Lore.
We can reform Jarvis.
I was about
You
to
could
say, if you're
also
going to put
hit
anybody at risk, put
Four.
at risk the butler. Who was
All right,
dead
then
already.
then cool. I'm going to twin. I'm going to get with like slightly closer, and then I'm going to twin spell.
I knew this was coming.
And yeah, it's Ice Knife. First target is going to be Giant Wasp 5. Second target is going to be Giant Wasp 4. So between the two, I should hit all of them.
5
some
and
level of
4.
damage?
Yes, you are absolutely correct. So let's start with the Wasp 4 and the Wasp 3. So let's start with Wasp 4. Make your attack.
So
With
Wasp
advantage.
4
With advantage.
Yeah. With advantage. So advantage. Attack. Wasp 4. I'm doing that one first because it's closer.
Hold on. Yeah.
I
And
rolled 17 twice.
This has happened to me so many times when I'd roll with advantage and get 2 identical results. It's absolutely ridiculous. You do manage to hit. Deal that damage first, then we'll go ahead and deal with the AoE damage. Holy crap!
Fuck yeah.
And this would be the AoE damage. Sorry, then it's a dex save for it and 3.
All right. Can you force that, or do I have to do it?
I believe I can force that.
Damn it.
The one problem with this spell is that it takes a very long time to. Oh man, we have our very first. Our very first one for an
It's a
enemy.
Fail. Haha.
Yes, the first one that was rolled this entire game ends up being for an enemy, and the wasp is
I think that
dead.
counts for the
First enemy
predict
to
from
die.
them.
Right?
So giant wasp 4 will be deaded.
Right.
Died.
And this will be second casting.
You're attacking wasp 5 now, again with advantage.
So advantage. Attack on 5.
Beautiful.
I'll take the 15.
That
I'll take the
definitely
15.
hits. Deal the damage to wasp 5, and then throw out those.
The saves.
Yeah, throw out those saves for all 5 of them.
Excellent.
Fail. One wasp succeeds. Second wasp succeeds. And
Jarvis fails.
Travis failed.
Oh, baby.
Jarvis gets our second natural one of the day. Wasp 5 goes
He's a
down.
butler. What do you expect?
Giant bugs, sure. Ice knives.
He serves wine.
And Jarvis falls apart.
Oh, babe.
So yeah,
On the other hand, you
Calder
can raise
will,
the mule.
as the mule walks away, Calder will say something in like disparaging to it in Draconic, at like basically, I know what I'm going to turn to glue next, and then he will concentrate as he steps forward towards the swarm quite slowly. He will form the ice knives out of his little water flasks. They'll turn into the 2 spikes. He'll flick one at the one closest to him, and then we'll take special aim to tag the one that's going to hit hit the most of them. And
Very
then the
nice.
resulting explosions just pepper everything.
Yes, and so these 2 explosions of ice, tearing at wings, destroying Carapace, and blasting Jarvis into a pile of bones. Up next,
Jarvis, I didn't like you. I didn't like Jarvis much in life either. So
it is Laura's turn. You have a giant
Okay.
fuck all sword in your hand.
I do have a giant fuck all sword in my hand. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on wasp number 1.
Okay, so you now have Hunter's Mark, and you have your, I think.
Are those both concentration?
Ooh, good question.
I don't believe the curse is actually a concentration at all. It's not even considered a spell.
Yeah, I think it's a class feature.
It's a class feature.
I'll double check that in between, but for now, yes, absolutely. Yeah. What else you got?
And then I'm going to hit it with a big fuck all sword.
I agree with this plan.
Yeah.
You have advantage. Nice.
Okay.
You do manage to deal that damage. And the extra 1d8 from the Hunter's Mark.
It's only a d6.
The extra d6. Yes.
But I have to do that separately because I can't just add 1.
Nice. Doesn't matter. It dies.
Murder to death. There we go.
Don't you get temp HP or HP when it dies?
You do.
And then I get 7 hit points back.
Yeah.
So
beautiful. So wasp
I don't
1.
know how to just add hit points to myself.
Remove wounds.
Is it wound is a positive number?
Yes. Wound
Okay,
is a positive number, so you're going to lower it. Yeah.
Excellent.
Laura, you kill one of them.
I did a murder.
You don't have Great Weapon Master yet, right?
Not yet.
Okay. So you can't cleave just yet. Anything else? You did your Hunter's Mark, that was bonus. You did your attack, that's your action. What else?
Correct. I'm gonna move to. I'm gonna move to between Charlotte and Clarion.
Before I click
So that I
OK
have-
on that, both of these bees that are in front of you do have their reactions.
Oh, in that case, then I will not move.
All good.
Excellent.
Just making sure you have all the information.
I will glare at these waspos.
They don't notice your glare because they are insects.
That's fair.
Wasp 6 is going to start to feed on Prettyfoot. So Prettyfoot will automatically, I think, fail 2 death saves, right? When you take damage, or is it just
if
one?
If it can hit it.
If it can hit it, that's
Have to roll to
true.
hit.
I do get advantage because Prettyfoot's unconscious.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and take that attack.
Yikes.
Definitely hits.
All right, then.
So 2.
That's
So the wasp lands on Prettyfoot and starts munching.
Not dead yet. Pretty dead. Not dead yet.
Prettyfoot gets to make a death save. Sir manages to succeed the death save. It was almost, that was a 4 for a second there, but no. Manages to succeed the death save, not dead yet. I don't know why we're getting so worked up over Mule 2, but that's okay. Clarion.
Hey, we've had Prettyfoot since the beginning.
That's true. Prettyfoot is OG.
Oh man, that changes
Clarion.
my original plan.
Your mule is being eaten.
I am going to move over here.
Okay.
And I am going to completely. Jeez. Okay.
Oh dear,
So,
poor Prettyfoot.
yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to move things on my inadequate screen.
These things happen.
Okay. So I am going to cast Vicious well, actually, no. Am I going to cast Vicious Mockery, or am I going to use my new weapon? I might use my new weapon on the asshole who is eating my horse.
Yikes.
Man, I hate having to move everything. Like, I will get this to a place where I can actually roll this. I swear. Okay, rapier +1. Roll on to giant wasp 6.
That's a hit.
Okay, and then damage. How do I right here? I think giant wasp 6.
And you kill it.
Good.
So giant
And
wasp
then-
6.
And then I am going to cast Cure Wounds at spell level 2.
Cure
Has to
wounds
be a healing
is
word.
yeah. Cure wounds is an action.
Oh yeah, healing word. Sorry.
Yeah, all good.
Sorry.
So throw that
Then-
beautiful healing magic. You should be able to drop it just like damage. And hey, Prettyfoot wakes up.
Yeah.
Not feeling like it enjoys life though at the moment.
Well, it was just
Or maybe-
partially eaten.
It is indeed missing muscle at this point, which is currently
Ew.
like in the
Yikes.
mandibles of the wasp that's now dead.
Dead wasp.
Speaking of wasps, I'm gonna flip a coin. Evens, it's gonna attack Clarion. Odds, it's gonna attack Charlotte. That is an odd. Wasp 8. Oh, I'm sorry. Wasp 7 is the one that's going right now. Never mind. That one's only attacking Lore. I mixed up 7 and 8 because I'm a math teacher.
Where's Meepo on this?
What about Meepo?
Meepo is down there. That's true. But, and this is what's going to happen. And I'm going to move Lore
Fine.
a second. This is what's going to happen. So it's going to attack Lore, but Meepo is going to apply disadvantage using his shield.
He's a protection type?
Yes, he does indeed use the shield fighting style, so he will impose disadvantage on this wasp as it attempts to attack Lore. So, disadvantage.
Aw, Meepo.
And it will miss. And in fact, it would have hit. So yes, Meepo is able to dart out from God knows where he was even standing and gets the shield up in front of the butt katana, as Psychanthrop has been calling it, in just the right amount, of time to deflect it and keep Lore safe. Up next, Giant Wasp Dose, which is this one here. It's really 1-2 for Charlotte, 3-4 for Lore, and 5-6 for Meepo.
Yeah, bring it on.
We'll go ahead and attack Charlotte.
Alright.
It will definitely hit.
What is it's another 22? You know what? I'm gonna cast shield anyway,
Okay.
so that I can refill my ward
Refilling
and have a
the
higher
ward.
AC.
Oh, I love abjuration wizards.
Excellent. Yes.
So let me do that real quick before you roll damage.
So you cast the shield spell. It's not going to stop you from taking the attack, but as you said, it does refill your abjuration ward. Let me know when you've got that done.
Yep, that's on there.
Oh, and it does minimum damage in the first place, and it's all absorbed, which means no Constitution save.
Jeez.
Swoops.
By the lady.
This is what I do. Swoops is going to continue to take the dodge action while surveying the scene for me.
Makes sense to me. Giant Wasp 8 is again going to go evens and odds. Even for Clarion and odd for Charlotte. That looks like an even to me, so it's going to attack Clarion. Clarion, you get stung in the back as you are stabbing the wasp off of your beloved mule. You feel the stinger penetrate you from behind, as it were.
My honeymoon.
That's not exactly what I'm into.
Make a Constitution save, please.
You made me hear that with my own 2 ears.
Oh my god. Having been stung in the back by a bee, I can say it is not a good time.
Fun fact about me, when I was 2 years old, I was stung in a very, very, very uncomfortable place by a bee.
Oh no.
It is exactly as bad as you think.
I have never been stung by a bee or a wasp.
I very much envy you.
Okay, where am I putting my Constitution
They have
save?
crawled on me before. They have
On
been
me?
near me.
On-
I've
In the
never
chat.
been stung.
In the chat. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never been stung by those stinging insects. Don't care to.
Okay, so you do
It's
get
not
stung in the back, and again, it does max damage, so like it impales you with its stinger, but you manage to avoid the effects of the poison. Giant Wasp 3 is going to go ahead and take an attack against Meepo, because nobody has yet.
Don't hurt Meepo.
It won't. Moving on.
Oh no, something has tried to attack it. It also just missed.
Mule 1 will take the dodge action. And it's Meepo's turn. Okay.
Come on, Meepo.
So Meepo is going to go ahead and pull that short sword, and it's going to attack Giant Wasp 3 with advantage because Lore is there. So let me get his... oh, that's right. He's got an actual character sheet now. Holy crap.
What is this?
I know, right? Okay, so actions.
Almost as weird as me playing a character with feminine pronouns.
I didn't roll with advantage, but he hits anyway. I will roll it one more time just to make sure he doesn't get a critical. He does not get a critical, so we will deal some damages. Not enough damages, but it is enough damages. Even minimum damages is enough to kill it. So Meepo once again manages to just out of nowhere, like the wasp doesn't even know where Meepo was before he attacks. He darts out, he stabs Giant Wasp 3 right in the mandibles, and the thing drops. And that will be his turn. Hold on.
MVP.
Up next, it is Charlotte's turn. You know there are two very, very loud wasps right up in your grill.
All right, so Lore's actually over a little bit, right?
Yeah.
As far
Yeah.
as where
Laura
she is.
and Meepo are standing on the same spot.
Cool. And I'm gonna shift to the right, and I'm gonna do sword burst again. Getting
Nice.
both these guys.
Get them both.
Do. Get some saves.
Psychonthrope, you had a yellow jacket on your lips. That's scary.
Oh, cool. They both
They
failed.
both fail.
No, thank you.
Minimum damage
Aw.
and decent damage.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Out of the 8 giant wasps, there are 3 left. They don't show any sign of breaking off their attack. It looks like they're going to be fighting to the death. It is Calder's turn.
Cool. That's your favorite and mine, ladies and gents. It's sleep.
Oh yes, the combat ender to end all combat enders. Go ahead and drop all of those HPs. That is more than enough.
I will say I will just I'm centering it on roughly between Lauren and Charlotte, which should be more than enough to capture all the remaining wasps I can see in that barrier. They will fall asleep and become torpid, and presumably we clean up after that.
Yeah, well, we've got a little bit of time, so let's go ahead and actually roll out that bit. Lore.
Cool,
go ahead.
How much? Well, in that case, how much HP do they have?
Much less than the 28 that you rolled.
Cool, they're all unconscious.
Yeah, all 3 of them are now unconscious. You all get advantage against them on your attacks
Until they wake up.
Until they wake up. Lore, you have it's your turn.
I'm applying
Okay,
unconscious
bonus
condition to
action.
each of them.
I'm gonna shift my hunter's mark to giant wasp number 7.
Nice.
And then I'm going to attack it.
Oh man, you still hit it because it's not difficult to hit. But that was a 4 and a 5.
Yeah.
But you kill it. How do you want to do this? This is your first time killing someone with your giant fuck all blade.
Bisection. This is a bisection. I want half
Like
and half. I want.
Like, it's a
I
straight
want
up anime head. It's split in 2.
M.
Yeah. I fully intend to bisect this. I want its stinger to be bisected too, just for.
Nice.
You know.
Yeah, absolutely. So straight down the middle, it falls into 2 pieces like in an anime, including its stinger.
Yeah.
Is that it for you, Laura?
I will move. Checking to see what type of action my. Now, I will shift to here.
Yeah, no problem. You can get around there.
We will lather, rinse, repeat if necessary.
Mule 2 is alive now and will take off running. Like, Pretty Foot is going to straight up flee in primal terror.
Oh no.
A little slowly. I mean, some muscles got hurt, right?
Yes.
It is wounded. It's not going far.
Giant Wasp 2 will go ahead and even odds. Even for Lore, odd for Charlotte.
It is
Isn't it
unconscious,
asleep?
sir.
Oh, it's unconscious. It doesn't do shit.
It's dreaming about honey.
Swoops. Matt is doing the same thing.
Swoops is telling me they're asleep, but they're still right where they were.
Kick its ass.
But not in words. It's just
What happened to my turn? Was I unconscious?
Let's see, where are you? Clarion, we're at the top.
I was.
Did I go past you?
Right
the
after
That's
me.
roll,
right,
and then
right
it
after
just-
Yeah.
right after Mule 2, Clarion to Courtney.
Clarion, it's your turn. I'm not sure why or how that happened, but it's your turn.
Yeah, I was confused for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to turn around and stab giant wasp number 8 with my new tool.
You have advantage.
Yes, I do.
Do a murder.
Do I need to add advantage to do
No,
this?
it's unconscious. It should automatically.
It should do it automatically,
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Let me. There
But it
you
wouldn't hurt.
are, my precious.
Yeah, it doesn't
Sorry.
double it down on advantage.
All right. Actions. Rapier. Giant wasp number 8.
Nice. You absolutely managed to hit it.
Come on.
And you kill it.
Yeah.
You stab it.
So I basically just stab backwards. It's I mean, it stabbed me. I'm gonna stab it back.
Makes sense to me. Absolutely. Meepo
Is gonna walk up and murder
is
the
going
dude.
to walk up.
I'm just going to, as Meepo is approaching it, I will give the same attack command that Alton taught him over the course of trading.
Nice.
Murder the murder hornets.
And Meepo, with advantage, which he would get either way, will go ahead and attack that bee. Yeah, it has very, very low HP. I'm not even going to bother rolling damage. Meepo comes up and in a very workman-like way. Meepo's used to fighting giant insects and spiders. So in a very workman-like way, he comes up and he decapitates the thing with his short sword without hesitation, but also without apparent glee. He's very like workman-like about it. He goes up, he chops the head off, and he kind of looks around seeing if there are any more threats, which there aren't.
It's honest work.
So that is
Just a farmer.
that is the combat.
Yes.
What does everybody do immediately afterwards?
We're gonna go get the mule.
Yeah, I'm
Lore?
about to say I'm gonna go after Prettyfoot.
Laura, are you okay?
I'm going
I'm
to approach my mule, and basically promising it that if it runs away, I'm just gonna kill it.
I will definitely make sure that Charlotte knows that I'm more or less perfectly fine at this point.
Swoops down and lands in Lore's hair.
Nice.
I love how both of us got stabbed.
It's fine.
So
It's fine. It's
Prettyfoot, as you said, Prettyfoot isn't going to be able to go far, but it turns out that blind panic and adrenaline can. Now humans are actually faster than almost any animal when it comes to long distance, long term running. Right, a human can track an animal for days and days.
We're persistent
Endurance
centers.
predators.
But that doesn't change the fact that mules are incredibly excellent sprinters. It's not difficult to catch up to Prettyfoot and find him. However, we are going to be rolling for encounters along the way to see if you have anything else. So before we go, I would like Clarion, because it's your mule, go ahead and roll me a 1d10. On a 1, there is an encounter. Otherwise, you manage to find him without a problem. No encounter.
Wait a second. Did we just fight beedrills on our way to our first
Yes.
town?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We did do
really
that.
did. Basically, Pokemon murder hornets. So
Rob's over here like, dang, and I hoped they wouldn't notice.
I had a couple of different possible encounters ready for you here, but I figured that bees would be the way to go. Yes.
really, you should have had the like Oprah bees like gif ready to go at the beginning of this when you said there's a buzzing and like roll initiative. That should have been like bee!
So really quick, now after this, you will make your way to the town of Blasingdale, unperturbed for the rest of the unmolested for the rest of the travel. And this is kind of an unusual situation because things actually took less time than I expected them to take. That's
Nice.
very unusual for me. Normally I try to plan.
BS AoE ice spells tend to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So actually what I think we're going to do is, even though it's only coming up on 9, we're going to go ahead and end the session here. And we will start the next session in Blasingdale.
Can't just roleplay our walk to the town.
Oh, sure. Let's well, before we go, good call. Let's talk a little bit about what you all do and how you all act in between the encounter in Blasingdale. I was going to start next time with that, but I think that's a good way to end it as well. Good call, Olivia.
So yes,
Let's
very complimentary of Laura and Charlotte, having never seen them fight before, so that was nice.
I've never come across, what were they, bees or wasps?
I couldn't tell. I just froze them to death.
Painful.
I'll be honest,
They
I
were
can't tell the
painful.
difference between those things.
Yeah.
a nature check would do it if someone wants to roll one, if someone cares.
I don't.
I'm gonna take the auto fail.
Calder just doesn't care.
Some sort of
They were
horrible
big
swarming
enough to
stinging
probably
insect.
be from the Feywild.
You know what? I will use my advantage to roll a nature check, which I don't have as a skill.
Hey, not bad. It's a
to say
wasp.
they were wasps. They hurt like wasps.
Yeah, because they there we go. Because it's eating meat, essentially. There are bees that
Yeah.
eat meat, but not many. The fact
it's
that
usually
it
wasps.
the fact that it
Very-
was so aggressive in stripping the flesh from Prettyfoot is
This is so much worse than I thought it could be.
That it could be murder hornets, but yes, but like that was just awful. I'm like, no. Thanks, but no. Now I have to heal. I had to like pull the chunk of flesh out of its like mouth parts, stick it to Prettyfoot, and like heal it back on.
Ugh.
Being
How
the
is-
party healer
how's-
is actually a
how's-
really difficult job for a
How
bard.
is Calder will fawn over Prettyfoot because, like, by association, he does actually care about that mule. Not his fucking animal. That thing is terrible, and he wants it to die.
quick question.
We just don't know how to get good animals.
Quick question
Oh,
of
I know
Jen.
exactly how to get good animals. I have to pay money for them.
Are you blowing the whistle to reanimate Jarvis?
It's a skeleton. It's not like it's
It's just a pile of
Yeah.
bones now. Yeah, it can totally be reanimated.
You
Yeah,
might have to re-put its suit on though.
yeah, the poor suit that's been damaged by the freaking murder wasp.
And to be fair, it was more the ice explosion.
Also,
But yeah,
that
I mean, since he is a skeleton, I'll blow the whistle. You know, Jarvis has. I've probably done this more than once to
It
Jarvis. I'm
That's
sure
feels-
this is
probably
not the
why we
first
settled
time
on
he's been-
skeleton. That's probably why we settled on skeleton over zombie.
blowing
Yeah,
blowing that whistle feels fucking great.
yeah,
It's better than sex, and you would know.
yeah. Oh god, I'm gonna be a caution, aren't I?
You are a cautionary tale already, honey.
Any other interactions or actions on the road on the way to Blasingdale?
It's gonna be a little bit difficult for me to put my blade away.
What do you mean?
But like it's out, right? Putting it away mechanically is just like, and then it's gone. I can like chuck it 5 feet away and it fucking vanishes. But there's definitely that thing of like, Lore, why are you still carrying your big fuck all sword? And it'll take a bit before she remembers that, like, how to put it away, like she doesn't want to.
If this is just,
Calder will, of course, dote over and thank Meepo and congratulate him on doing a great job. And he killed a couple of the hornets. He was really good.
Meepo is definitely proud of his victory, and he's glad to be fighting alongside his friends again. He definitely has lost a lot of the sort of childlike wonder that you saw in him before. He is a much more matured individual now who takes seriously his his job of protecting his friends.
So Calder's relationship to him is probably less like doting adopted parent and more like older brother at this point.
At some point, it probably went from one to the other.
Yeah, so they have a very like almost familial relationship. He would have been kind of pseudo adopted into that role. I could absolutely see like Calder's sisters hating him at first and then falling to Meepo's charms like everyone does.
Kobolds do have to sort of overcome a bias in general. Em, what were you about to say?
I just wanted to also the entire time that the sword's out, her eyes are like that dark sclera with the like rainbow irises.
I would
whole time.
imagine as we get close to the town, that would be the point that Clarion would kind of come up to Laura and be like, darling, you're going to freak out the normies.
And like it would take a bit, and then like she'd be able to de-summon the sword.
Very like quietly, slightly away from Laura, Calder would whisper to Clarion, "I get it now." I've met Laura before, but our relationship has always been like somewhat like stilted because we never were close, and yet now it's it. Oh, I get it now. Okay.
Let's see.
Like, oh, I didn't see what it was all about. Oh, okay. No, that was hot.
If this is how dangerous the road to the town is, how much more dangerous is the forest to the north going to be?
I'm guessing that we should probably ask the town folk that. They probably will know more than we do.
Probably shouldn't bring the mules.
Oh, I'm perfectly happy bringing mine.
Oh, no.
I have a little bit of box text for you. As soon as I find it again. Ah, there it is.
It was you with the ice, right, Calder?
Yes, it's a trick I picked up in the Sunless Citadel. I'm working on modifying it, but then it's slow going.
If you
Okay.
ever want to talk some Arcana shop, I'd be more than willing to.
Actually, yes. Maybe you can give me some insights around. Oh, sorry for that. But perhaps you'd be willing to discuss. I could use a sounding board for the greater effects of applying magical modification. Are you
Stop
familiar?
shop.
Are you familiar with the underlying mechanics of metamagic?
Not metamagic in particular, but I'm a generalist when it comes to Arcana.
Uh-oh. We lost Jeff's picture, but that's okay.
The webcam has died. Oh no.
Ah,
I'm
there
not sure
it is.
how that happened. For somehow I lost my webcam, but not my main cam. So figuring that out now.
Fair enough.
I'm told that I'm
Charlotte.
on my much shittier. Using my much shittier base camera.
Charlotte, do you have anything? What else is Charlotte up to? What else is she considering? And how does Swoops interact with the rest of the party?
So over the course of the walk, now that Swoops was woken up for combat, Swoops is going to go from person to person, landing in their hair or on their horns, and just generally flittering and fluttering around them, trying to like find the best perch. Like Swoops knows where to perch on Lore and where to perch on Charlotte, but now there's all these other people to figure out. And this Swoops is not afraid to like climb on your nose and your face and like
When that happens to Calder, Calder will gently like push him up to rest on one of his horns.
Clarion, how do you respond? It sounds to me like you're a little bit squicked out.
No, I am most definitely not. That's the cutest dang thing I've ever seen.
Amazing.
I imagine that Swoops would wind up like just like hanging out on the hat.
on the hat.
Oh yeah, because it's velvet. It's got a nice grab to it, you know, and it's kind of got a nice flat area right here to just kind of. Oh
Yeah.
man, that's cute. That's so adorable.
Anyone else have anything before we get to the town?
That's it for me.
All right, I'm going to give you some box text. You've come to Blasingdell, a small mining town on the northern frontier, to see if there's anything to these stories. Your information shows that the old dwarf hold lies probably about 3 days' march to the north of the town. Dark, deeply forested hills rise up beyond the town's outskirts. Give me perception checks for each of you, and this is going to be a fairly challenging one.
I'll have Swoops. Because is it sight or hearing?
This is sight, I'm afraid.
Alright, so Swoops will look.
Into the woods and down the dell, the path is straight.
What's the skill again? Perception?
Perception.
Perception.
I'll use my advantage.
Sounds good to me.
Oh yeah, I'll do the advantage of Swoops.
Yeah, I already wasted my advantage on the.
Nope.
Oof.
This
Oof.
is busy in somebody's hair.
Great decision making by Clarion once again.
16?
So, Lore, you catch a haze up in the air to the north that
Okay.
you think might possibly be. It doesn't look like clouds. You think you might see the general direction, at least for the moment, of where the smoke is coming from. You wouldn't be able to pinpoint it without getting much closer, but it does confirm that the haze is emanating from somewhere a few days' march north of Blasingdale. And
Okay, I will make a note of that and say it to the party.